Okay, so I think it's recording. All right, guys, so this is essentially what we're going to walk through is how to embed a MailChimp form onto your page, and then also how to set the deliverable on the thank you page. So there's two things essentially that need to happen before you even start this. Obviously, number one, you have to have your free thing ready, your lead magnet ready, free video, whatever you have. So in the case of this example, we're going to do a free video. You've already recorded it. It's ready to roll. If you don't have anywhere to host it yet, there's a couple of ways you could do this. You could definitely go to YouTube and host it as unlisted or as private. The only thing is that once you start giving that link out, the person on the other end can then share it. So there's not a lot of control there. So the first recommendation I do for hosting video is Wistia. Create a free account with them. You can host up to 3 videos. And then after that, I believe it's like $100 a month. You can also do Vimeo. Vimeo is about $7 a month. You can also set parameters in there. So once you have your video, upload it into Wistia. I'm just going to use my video as an example. So I uploaded it into Wistia. Here's my video. You can click on it. There it is. Boom. And then here's all my actions. So I can embed and share. Before I do any of this, I'm just going to zoom out here so you can kind of see the full page. I'm just going to take a screenshot of my video. So we're going to do 2 different things. So here's my video. I took a screenshot. Okay, that's kind of being saved for me on the desktop right now. So once we have this, I'm going to go over here to my website. If you have a WordPress site, this is how you would do it here. If you have something else, it might be a little bit different. However you create 2 pages inside of your website, do that. So here's what I did. I created the opt-in page, which is basically going to be where my form is going to go. This could be your newsletter opt-in. It could be whatever you want it to be. It could be on your homepage. It could be a separate page. For the purpose of this example, it's going to be a separate page. So I created one, the page where my form is going to be. And then number 2, I created a page where my video is going to be, or my free lead magnet, or my free PDF, whatever the case. So here it is. So essentially I already embedded it, and I mean, it's pretty easy to do. Once you have it uploaded into Wistia, you just go under video actions, embed and share, and then inline embed, just copy the embed code, head over to the page where you want to put it on, paste it in there, and then update it. So pretty much done. So I'm going to view this page for a second. I'm going to leave it here because we're going to refer back to this page. This is going to be, and in here we'll kind of beautify it up a little bit better so we have some clarity around what this is going to be. So essentially this is going to say, thank you for registering, or whatever jargon lingo you want to use. Below is the free video about, what is your video about? So fill that in. Then below the video, you maybe want to put something like, if you'd like to set up a call with me, here's my contact information. Or you could even have another form. It's just really up to you. You're going to be in charge of the content. Put in there whatever you want. So I'm going to update that. And then after it's updated, I'm going to go ahead and view the page. And there it is. So thank you for registering. This is super small. I just didn't really play with it. You can play with the formatting and the spacing and all that. This is just a quick example. Again, every WordPress site is going to be different. And especially if you're using a different platform like Wix or Squarespace, it's all going to be different. So once you have those 2 things established, we've already identified what the opt-in page is going to be, and we've created our thank you page. Great. Now let's move on to the next step. And again, this example is through MailChimp. So what I'm going to do here is, if you don't have a MailChimp account, create it. It's just a great sandbox to play around with. I have a couple of test accounts that I always kind of dabble in and out of. So here we go. So I'm just going to create a new list before I even do anything, because this is going to be called create a list, create the list. The list name, one thing that I forgot to mention is that the list name, people are going to see that. So name the list name something that is good for you to know what the list is about, but also that when people see it, they're not like, oh, it's, you know, a bunch of dashes everywhere. So generally, you know, call this like my free lead magnet list, or whatever your free video is, or whatever your free ebook is. So here, you know, good example, Acme Company newsletter. Bad example, customer_11, but you get the idea. Email address, it's going to come from you. So put in your email. Default from name, if the person knows you, or you want, usually it's the first and last name. Sometimes you can put a company email in, company name in here, but normally it's always going to be the first and last name. Remind people why they signed up. If you have other lists, you're able to pick. So I'm just going to choose an example. You know, this is another list that I have, and this is, hey, you're receiving this email because you opted into this list. If you want to create a new one, just create a new one. Totally up to you. All this information is going to be preset because you already have a MailChimp account or you've already established one. So double opt-in, you can. If you're using MailChimp solely as your opt-in list builder, you can leave this checked off for now, but if you check it on, essentially what's going to happen is when somebody fills out your form, they're going to get a little pop-up that says, hey, I need you to confirm your email. So they have to go inside of their email, confirm their email, and then once they confirm their email, then they'll get the thank you email, and then they'll be redirected to the thank you page to get their stuff. So it's an added step. If you find that you're getting a lot of emails dropped in people's spam boxes, you want to turn this on. So that's basically what that's for. And then notifications, I always say one by one because I like to hear the pings come through every time somebody signs up to my list. So once we've created that, we're going to hit save, and we have our list. So now that you have your list, it's time to do the sign up form. And the best thing to go from here, just to kind of keep everything sequence without kind of, you know, getting too overwhelmed, is I always go back to my list tab. So click on the list tab. You're going to see that you just created that new list. Go over here to this little drop down next to it, and then hit sign up forms. This is going to be the next step. It's going to allow you to do the form builder. So always do the form builder. Click on select. It's going to take you inside of the form. And here's essentially what they give you to begin with. I normally just, I delete all this stuff. So the address part, I'm going to delete that. You really don't need that for the lead magnet. Phone number, you could leave the phone number in there, but for the most part, people aren't going to really just give you their phone number. Here's what I would do, and this is just kind of rule of thumb. You always want to ask for a first name, last name, email, and a phone number. But if you're finding that people just aren't giving it to you, just do an email address, just do a first name, and just do that. That's it. Don't do anything else. So now that that's set, what we're going to do is we're going to go right here under the sign up form, and we're going to hit confirmation thank you. Okay. So here is where we're going to put the thank you page. Now, if you remember, we went back here. This is where we embedded our video. I'm just going to copy this link. I've already done it. Oops. Let me go back over here, and I'm going to scroll down. And then right here where it says, instead of showing this thank you page, send subscribers to enter the URL. That's where you're going to paste it and hit save. So it's pretty much ready to roll. So again, remember, under lists, go to the list you created, hit the drop down. You're going to hit sign up forms, form builder. You're going to build your form. And then underneath sign up form, you're going to hit confirmation thank you page. And here is where you put the link and you save it. So that's pretty much ready to go. Now, if you go back to sign up forms, you have to get the embed form to put on your site, which is here, right? So you can change this to whatever you want. You could say, download my free lead magnet, whatever you want to put in there. Awesome. Now, before you copy and paste this, you have to disable the JavaScript here so that way it'll pass through. So now, if we go back over here, go back to our page, our original page where we're going to put the form. We're going to go to pages. We're going to scroll down here to the opt-in page that we had created. And I already have a form in here, but I'm just going to reinsert it to show you. So we're pretty much just gonna delete that, pop that in here. We're gonna update it. And now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go over here to another example. So I'm gonna go to new share, and then I'm gonna go to Firefox, which is a whole new browser. So you can kind of see how this works. So now you see Firefox, and in here, I've already kind of put my form. So I'm just gonna refresh it. I'm just gonna say test 12 at myemail.com. First name, last name, and phone number. I'm just going to put zeros. Okay, so now after I hit subscribe, what's going to happen is I'll probably get a reCAPTCHA. Oh, there you go. I didn't get the reCAPTCHA. So sometimes depending on where you're submitting it, you'll get a little confirm your identity, click the checkbox. But as you can see, it forwarded it to the video page with the video that we had done earlier. So let's go back here and share my Google page again. Okay, so there you go. That's pretty much it. Taking a video that you created or something you're going to create, the value, putting it on Wistia. We embedded it. Now we've gone and built the embed form, and we've put it on MailChimp. We've hit the thank you page, which is located here. Confirmation thank you page. Boom, there it is. Awesome. Okay, cool. Now the last thing that we need to do is actually create an autoresponder, which means that as soon as they fill this out, they're going to get an email that says, hey, thanks, you've signed up. So we go back to our lists. Here's our list. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go to our campaigns, and we're going to create a campaign, and we're going to have them do, let's see, where is my automation? Create a campaign. We're going to get an email. It's going to be an automated email. And then you want to pick why they're going to get this email. And what's going to happen is we want to welcome new subscribers coming into the list. So we're going to hit welcome new subscribers. We're going to hit the free magnet list that we created, and we're going to hit begin. Now what's going to happen is this is going to create a campaign, and it's essentially going to help us design an email that they're going to get as soon as they sign up. If you notice right here, the trigger right now says that they will get this email 1 day after subscribers join the list. We don't want that. We're going to edit this, and we're going to say they're going to get this immediately. So as soon as you get somebody that comes into the list, it's going to send it out. Now, we can also trigger this when you import people. So let's say, for example, you have a bunch of people you want to import. You can also do that. So you can click that box if you want to. We're going to update the trigger, pretty much ready to roll. Now we're ready to design the email. So design the email. Again, why are they coming here? So this is, now notice that this is only for internal use. So this is, so you know what email it is. So this is for this is a welcome email for my free lead magnet. The email subject, your free lead magnet is ready. Again, you can put whatever you want here. Preview text, same kind of thing. Click now to view my free lead magnet. Or if you have a video, put in a video, whatever you decide to do. Okay, everything else pretty much stays the same. It's going to be from you. It's going to be from your email. Hit next. Now we're going to select the template. Again, pick whatever you want, whatever you feel most comfortable editing, but I always get simple text because it's just so easy to work with. And remember, we're going to pretty much send them a thank you email that has the video embedded in it. So I choose the simple text template. I go in here, I automatically duplicate the text block. So I have 2 text blocks. I'm going to go in and import an image. So here's my image, and I'm going to hit browse. I already had this image in here from before, but again, if you haven't, all you do is upload it and then you're ready to roll. Now remember, we're going to link to the video page. So if you hit the little edit block, you're going to have this on the right. You're going to hit link, and we're going to go back over here to our video page. And I believe I still have it up over here. So I'm just going to copy and paste it from my Firefox. So I don't have to go and do it all over again. So this is where I would put that link. And then if you wanted to put some text in here, you could just say, click to download my free lead magnet. And what this does is when they hover over it, they'll see this title attribute, but essentially it'll open up in a separate window, hit insert. You're pretty much ready to go. So once you've kind of set all this, you've edited all your text, you want to save and close this, and you want to save and continue over here. And then you're pretty much ready to roll. So all you have to do now, let's edit our workflow settings. So 7 subscribers are automatically gonna get that email now. Pretty much all ready to go. Hit next. And it says, this is a welcome email from our free lead magnet immediately after subscribers join. Email details. Default text. We noticed some placeholder text in your, okay, so this is basically saying that you didn't edit the email template enough. So, all right, let me just go back over there and edit the template. So that way the system thinks that I wrote some text in here. So I'm just gonna delete all this, and I'm gonna do that. And then here, I'm gonna delete all this and just do that. And then here, I'm just gonna put, here's your free lead magnet. Here's your free lead magnet. And save and close, save and continue. Hopefully now it'll let me say, okay, great, you're all set. So if we hit next, okay, cool. So now it said it's ready, and then start sending. So this means that they'll automatically get it. So hit start sending, and you're pretty much set. Your automation's all done. So now if you go back to your lists, you're gonna see, I've already done a couple of tests, so I got 7 subscribers in there. But if I go to my campaigns, here's the welcome message. It's already sending. It means that every single time that somebody's gonna come into my list, it's gonna get the email. So if we go back over here and look at the form that we made, opt-in, and here's what I'll do. I'll log out just so we can kind of see this whole thing in action. Slash my video. Oops, I forgot what it was. Let me log back in there and get the link. So log back in, pages, video opt-in. Just gonna copy this link. I'm gonna log out. Okay, so remember, this is the front page of your website. This is the landing page you created. Just for this example, I did it on here. So I'm just gonna put my email is at myemail.com. Name 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just filler text. I'm gonna hit subscribe. And again, it might give me the reCAPTCHA, it might not. It just depends on what my DNS settings are. And there you go. I get the welcome video. So essentially, you're pretty much good to go. Because that was a fake email, I won't get the email automation, but anybody who puts in their legitimate email will get the automation sent to them. So if you refresh this, you'll also be able to get stats as to who opens it, who clicks it. But again, like I said, the email has to be sent out to them. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.